It's more important to be right than to have harmony, than to be happy, than for the other person to be happy, or for me to listen. It's more important for me to be heard than for me to hear.
From the Big Island of Hawaii, welcome to Aloha Speaks, home of Malama Aloha Pono by Alexander Noman, offering relief for all relationships with a focus on anger assessment and resolve.
Aloha, Alex here with Aloha Speaks once again. And I broke out laughing deeply in my gut when I wrote the topic for today's video, and was questioning it. Why am I laughing so deeply about a subject that is about suffering? It's like the one-word topic being attachment, because it came up. Like the one most, popular source of suffering is my attachment to, it could be anything, as long as I'm gripping onto something, and it brings up this, and why, when it hurts so much, do I laugh? And it's because of the truth response that I'm like a couple months past 68 years old, and it's been a long life of over and over and over, attachment after attachment. And I mean, I can go back, it was like I was 35 years old that I can think of my most intense attachment that drove me to actually living in Hawaii. It was 32 years ago. Let me see. Well, 68, so it's going to be 33 years ago. It drove me from California to Hawaii. It was so intense, the pain of that attachment to a woman. It was a relationship. But that's only one example. The attachment to cigarettes just 5 years ago. That's my most recent addictive. They're all addictive. Incredible. The pain, the suffering of letting go of that grip of nicotine, of that. It's not just the nicotine, the ritual of smoking. It can be anything. One thing that is really close to home is this attachment to being right. I mean, this is not distant, like 5 years ago, or when I was 35, or having a history of it. I mean, there's a history of it, but it's yesterday. the day before. I mean, these are immediate. This is in my immediate history. This is current. This attachment to being right. And the suffering that goes with that, even if it maybe not be as intense, it might be a little more subtle, it's still there. Because there's this choice that's being made between I'm giving up. It's a trade. Rather be right than be happy. In a relationship with somebody else, or I'm in conversation, it's like, no, I'd rather be right than be happy in that moment with someone else, because I feel like that's more important. It's more important to be right than to have harmony, than to be happy, than for the other person to be happy, or for me to listen. It's more important for me to be heard than for me to hear. It's more important for me to be right. This is amazing, the power of, it's like a need to suffer. It's not a need. It's an addiction. It's something to look at that I don't want to look at, but I have to look at. In my right, if I'm going to be right, if I'm going to be Pono, then there is this attachment to what I put in quotes, my way. Because I wake up every single morning, and it goes right off, right away. Up here. The agenda takes off. This is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. There's an attachment to my way. And if something doesn't go my way, and I'm attached to it, some level of suffering. I'm sorry. It's hilarious. But it's not. Because it hurts. But when I heal from it, it becomes such a comedy. It's my own creation. My opportunity when I learn, if I learn, when I learn, when I take it as an opportunity to learn, open my eyes. The opportunity is to let go. This is when there can be relief of that pain, of that suffering, is let go. There's a letting go of that agenda, a letting go of my way, a letting go of being right. That has its own challenge. It can be done. Then there is that letting go too. If I'm going to let go of, I then need to let go too. What do I let go to? It has to be letting go to something. And it is my own heart I let go to. That beautiful place that is already in me. It's not foreign. It's not etherical. And it's not far away. It's right here. It's a beautiful thing. Graceful. Peaceful. When I get it. Till next time. Aloha. And to close, clicking on the thumbs up icon supports Aloha Speaks, as well as clicking on the free subscribe tab. Mahalo.